Hello everyone. You are watching Fundamentals of Derivatives with Ravindra Hegde. Friends, today let us talk about history of derivatives in India, the growth of derivative markets here, and also the derivative products traded in BSE and NSE, and some regulatory issues regarding derivative market. Now let us move ahead and talk about history of derivative markets in India. BSE created history on June 9, 2000 by launching the first exchange traded index derivative contracts in India, that is futures on the capital market benchmark index, the BSE Sensex. The inauguration of trading was done by Professor J.R. Verma, member of SEBI and chairman of the committee which formulated the risk containment measures for the derivatives market. In sequence of product innovation, BSE commenced trading in index options on Sensex on June 1, 2001. Stock options were introduced on 31 stocks on July 9, 2001, and single stock futures were launched on November 9, 2002. BSE also introduced long dated options on its flagship index Sensex on February 29, 2008, whereby the members can trade in Sensex options contracts with an expiry of up to 5 years. Going ahead, on October 1, 2008, BSE launched its currency derivative segment in dollar rupee currency futures as the exchange traded currency futures contracts facilitate easy access, increased transparency, efficient price discovery, better counterparty credit risk management, wider participation, and reduced transaction cost. Friends, now let us discuss about futures on bolt. BSE relaunched its derivative segment by enabling trading of index and stock futures on its Bolt terminal. The change was in a response to requests from trading members for a common front end from which equities and equity derivatives could be traded. The change will enable a trader to trade in cash securities and futures products through Bolt, while option products would continue to trade through DTSS. The risk management and settlement of futures and options trades will continue takes place on DTSS. Now let us think about why Sensex futures. There are many reasons why Sensex futures makes sense. Friends, let me give the first reason. Sensex as compared with other indices show less volatility and at the same time gives returns equivalent to the returns given by the other indices. Second reason is Sensex is widely used to describe the mood in the Indian stock market. Because of its long history and wide acceptance, no other index matches the BSE Sensex in reflecting market movements and sentiments, and it makes an attractive underlying for index based products like index funds, futures and options, and exchange traded funds. And also, Sensex is truly investable as it is the only broad based index in India that is a free float market capitalization weighted, which reflects the market trends more rationally and takes into consideration only those shares that are available for trading in the market. Friends, it may be noted that in addition to the Sensex, five sectoral indices belong to the 90 FF series are also available for trading in F&O segment of BSE Limited. Friends, the term 90 FF means the indices cover 90% of the market capitalization of the sector to which the index belongs and is thus well representative of that sector. Also, FF stands for free float. That is, the indices are based on the globally followed standard of free float market capitalization methodology. The five sectoral indices that are presently available for F&O are BSE TECK, BSE FMCG, BSE Metal, BSE BankX, and BSE Oil and Gas. Friends, now let me present the table which gives a chronology of introduction of derivatives in India. Just concentrate on the screen now. This is the table which gives the introduction of derivatives in India in a chronological order. Okay. Now let us move on to the regulation of derivatives tradings in India. Derivatives trading in India is regulated by three authorities: SEBI, RBI, and FMC. Equity derivatives contracts are regulated by the SEBI. Interest rate derivatives and currency derivatives are regulated by the RBI. Commodity derivatives are regulated by the Forward Market Commission. In short, it is called as FMC, Forward Market Commission. The regulations require that all the contracts be approved by the regulating body before they are offered in the market, whether through exchange or through the OTC market. The operation of these exchanges, composition of the clearing corporation, and risk management by the exchanges is regulated so that the derivative market functions smoothly. SEBI set up a 24-member committee under the chairmanship of Dr. L.C. Gupta to develop the appropriate regulatory framework for derivatives trading in India. On May 11, 1998, SEBI accepted the recommendations of the committee and approved the phased introduction of derivatives trading in India, beginning with stock index futures. Any exchange fulfilling the eligibility criteria as prescribed in LC Gupta committee report can apply to SEBI for grant of recognition under section 4 of the SCA 1956 to start trading derivatives. And the exchange should have minimum 50 members. The members of an existing segment of the exchange would not automatically become the member of derivative segment. The members of the derivative segments would need to fulfill the eligibility conditions as laid down by the LC Gupta committee. The clearing settlement of derivative trades would be through a SEBI approved clearing corporation or clearing house. Derivative brokers or dealers and clearing members are required to seek a registration from SEBI. The minimum contract value shall not be less than rupees 2 lakh. The initial margin requirement, exposure limits linked to a capital adequacy, and margin demands related to the risk of loss on the position will be prescribed by SEBI from time to time. The LC Gupta committee report requires strict enforcement of Know Your Customer KYC rule and requires that every client shall be registered with the derivatives broker. The trading members are required to have qualified, approved user and salesperson who have passed a certification program approved by SEBI. The BSE created history on June 9, 2000 when it launched trading in Sensex based futures contract for the first time. Here we are talking about derivative products in India. That's in BSE. It was followed by trading in index options in June 1, 2001, in stock options and single stock futures on July 9, 2001 and November 9, 2002 respectively. BSE achieved another milestone on September 13, 2004 when it launched weekly options. When it launched weekly options, a unique product unparalleled worldwide in the derivative markets. It permitted trading in the stocks of four leading companies, namely Satyam, State Bank of India, Reliance Industries, and Tisco, now renamed as Tata Steel. Chota, it's also called as Mini Chota Sensex, was launched on January 1, 2008. Friends, you just concentrate on the table shown in the screen. With a small or mini market lot of 5, it allows for comparatively lower capital outlay, lower trading cost, more precious hedging, and flexible trading. Currency futures were introduced on October 1, 2008 to enable participants to hedge their currency risk through trading in the US dollar rupee future platforms. Now, let us talk about trading process. So, these are the few tables we have. The mechanism of trading, clearing, and settlement in a derivatives exchange is explained through an example. For example, Nihar Hegde, a manager of Prime Fund, wants to enter into a derivative contract to hedge the risk of a decrease in portfolio value. The steps for trading in derivative exchange are: Step 1, Nihar will contract a broker who is authorized to trade in derivatives. Let us assume that Nihar has placed a market order to buy 5 June contracts of CNX Nifty Index futures on the NSE. Step 2 is the broker will access the order book of the NSE and key in the order placed by Nihar. The market order specify only the quantity and not the price. The order will be matched by the computer at the NSE. The order book will have all the orders received from the various brokers classified on the basis of both price and time. If there is a corresponding matching order available on the order book, For example, if there is an order already in the order book to sell 5 June contracts of CNX Nifty Index futures, the broker will match the orders and this information will be recorded on the computers of the NSE. The orders will be matched with the highest selling price for buy orders and with the lowest buying price for sell orders. In case the order is a limit order, the broker will enter the order into the order book with the limit price. If there is a matching order in the order book, the computer at the NSE will automatically match the two orders. In case there are no matching orders in the order book, the order entered into by the broker will remain in the order book until a matching order arrives. Otherwise, it is cancelled. The next step is, if the order is executed, the broker will then have to get this order cleared by a CM of the clearing corporation of the exchange, clearing member, and he is responsible to the exchange for fulfilling the contract. The broker will approach the clearing member asking for their permission to clear the trade. Once the clearing member clears the trade, the exchange will notify the broker that the order has been cleared. When a clearing member clears a trade, they take the responsibility of fulfilling the obligations of the contract at maturity, even though they have not traded. The purpose of having the clearing member responsible for clearing a trade is to ensure organized functioning of the derivative exchange so that the default rate is minimized. And for the clearing member to be responsible for the fulfillment of the contract at maturity, the clearing member will have to post a margin that is usually based on the volatility of the underlying asset price. The exchange will notify the clearing member about the amount of margin that needs to be posted by them. Next step, since the clearing member only clears the trade and takes no position in the trade, the clearing member will ask the broker to provide the funds for this margin, which will be collected by the broker from Nihar. Next step, the broker will maintain an account known as the margin account, which will be updated daily on the basis of the settlement price of that known as the mark to market, known as the mark to market. The settlement price of that known as the mark to market. As long as Nihar wants to keep his position in futures before maturity, his only responsibility is to follow the instructions of the broker with respect to the margin account. In case the margin balance below the variation margin, broker will issue margin call to Nihar specifying that the margin balance has fallen and informing to deposit additional money. And next step, at maturity, the contract will be settled. The settlement price will be calculated by the NSE and will be known to all the brokers. Nihar's broker will calculate the position of Nihar's margin account using the settlement price. If the margin account shows a positive amount, this amount is the profit. This amount is the gain for Nihar from futures trading, and this amount will be given to Nihar by the broker. On the other hand, if the margin account shows a negative amount, it indicates a loss from futures for Nihar, and Nihar needs to pay this amount to the broker. So these are the 8 steps in trading process. Friends, now let us know some issues regarding online trading. Many brokerage houses allow customers to trade online. In order to do so, customers have to sign up with the brokerage firm, and the brokerage firm provides the software that allows the customer to trade using the broker's platform. The customer can place the order to buy or sell the derivatives contract using the software provided. Once the contracts are matched, the broker initiates the procedure for clearing the transactions. Friends, now let us talk about the OTC derivative market. Equity options, equity futures, currency futures, and interest rate futures are traded on the BSE and NSE, while commodity futures are traded on the NCDEX and MCX. On the other hand, forward contract in currency, commodity, and interest rate are traded on the OTC market. Even currency options, interest rate options, and interest rate and currency swaps are also traded on the OTC market. Currency forwards are usually entered into by a customer and a bank, with the bank providing the forward rates for the contract. The bank may require documentation to check that the customer has a position to hedge and is using the forward contract to hedge it. The bank may also require the customer to deposit some cash to keep as the balance. Currency options, interest rate options, and swaps are usually entered into through brokers. The brokers will find the counterparty to enter into these contracts. Very often, the counterparty is a bank. Uh, Hello. Now, you just focus on the screen where I do show list of contracts available in Indian exchange. The MCX, commonly traded, multi commodity exchange of India. This is called as MCX. Multi commodity exchange of India, MCX. See, the MCX trades futures on precious metals, oil and oil seeds, spices, metals, fibers, pulses, energy, plantations, petrochemicals, and carbon credits. The various contracts are precious metals like gold, o- okay, silver, and oil seeds like coconut cake, coconut oil, cotton seeds, refined sunflower oil, rice bran, and, and the spices like cardamom, jeera, pepper, red chili, metal like aluminum, copper, lead, nickel, sponge, iron, tin, and zinc. And in fiber, we have cotton. In energy, we have Brennett crude oil, natural gas, plantations, areca nut, cashew kernel, coffee, and rubber. Petrochemicals like polymorphin, polyvinyl chloride, and there is some other category also. There we can see mentha oil, potato and sugar, and carbon credit. And next we have NCDEX. NCDEX means National Commodity Derivatives Exchange Limited. National Commodity and Derivatives Exchange Limited, NCDEX. MCX means Multi Commodity Exchange of India. NCDEX means National Commodity and Derivative Exchange Limited. The NCDEX trades futures on agricultural products, precious metals, base metals, ferrous metals, energy, polymers, and carbon credits. And we can also have the list here. So agricultural products, we have many things like uh, Indian parboiled rice, basmati rice, cotton, zira, okay, wheat. Okay, you can see the screen. In precious metals, you have gold and silver. Base metals has copper, cathode, aluminum. In polymers, you can see uh, polypropylene and polyvinyl chloride. In energy, you can see light sweet crude oil. And next, you can see that NMC, National Multi Commodity Exchange. The NMC, the National Multi Commodity Exchange, trades futures on precious metals, oil and oilseeds, spices, metals, fibers, pulses, energy, plantations, petrochemicals, and carbon credits. And BSE, the Bombay Stock Exchange, uh, trades stock index futures, stock index options, futures on individual stocks, and options on individual stocks. Okay, and under index futures, we have BSE 30 Sensex Index, BSE Sensex Index Mini, BSE Tech Index, BSE Banker Index, BSE Oil and Gas Index. Under index options, you have BSE 30 Sensex Index, BSE Sensex Index Mini, BSE Tech Index, BSE Banker Index, BSE Oil and Gas Index. In individual stock futures are available on 87 securities traded on the BSE, and also with stock options. Weekly options can be seen in Sensex Index, Sensex Index Mini, Reliance Industries, State Bank of India, and Tisco. And currency features, you can see USD, INR. And finally, let us concentrate on National Stock Exchange. Stock index futures, stock index options, futures on individual stocks, options on individual stocks, and interest rate derivatives are traded on the NSE. Under index futures, you can see we have S&P CNX Nifty Index, S&P CNX Nifty Index Mini, CNX Nifty Junior Index, CNX IT Index, CNX 100 Index, Bank Nifty Index, and Nifty Mid Cap 50 Index. Under index options, you can have the same. Individual stock futures are available on 180 securities traded on the NSE, and with options also. Interest rate derivatives, here futures are available on 10-year notional coupons bearing Government of India security. And under currency futures, futures are available on USD INR, EUR INR, JPY INR, and GBP INR. Friends, you can see these things in BSE and NSE website also. Go to Google, you type BSE or NSE or derivative markets in India and just type it, it will show the all the values, and also the statistics are available under BSE and NSE website. Now let us concentrate on the annual exam appeared questions, because it completes the first unit, the introduction of financial derivatives. We have only two papers so far, 2018 and 2019 paper. In 2018 there were three questions under 2 marks category. What is a derivative? State its various type, we already discussed. What do you mean by marking to market? Today only we have given that definition. The meaning of arbitrage. And in the previous year, in 2019, they asked to write the difference between hedging, speculation, and arbitrage, and state how margin protect the investors against the possibility of default. And next is the candidate of 15 marks. Explain the development of derivative trading in India. State the steps needed to popularize the derivative trading in India. Friends, uh, it completes the first unit. You go through all the issues what you have covered so far, and write down the important points, and if you have any doubts you can ask at any time. Thank you so much. Have a nice time.